Hello everybody, this is BooleanCube back with another tutorial in the JDA 4 series, and today we're going to be learning how to make a purge command. Now, a purge command is just basically deleting the number of messages you got in a chat. So, let's take for example, this right here. We see, let's just scan real quick. So we know that was 6 messages. So we can use the purge command to delete those 6 messages instead of manually deleting all of them one by one yourself. This is actually a really handy tool when you want to delete a bunch of messages. And we're going to be learning that today. Alright, well, first things first, we got to open up IntelliJ. And we're going to make a new class in the commands package. We're just going to name it Purge. And this purge is going to implement the commands interface. And once we're done with that, we have to implement all the methods of the command interface. So we're just going to automate that. And for our get command, we're just going to do purge. And for our help command, alright, so first things first, we're going to be checking if the args has exactly one argument. If we have exactly one argument, then we can proceed, or else I believe I made a method for this in the last tutorial or something. Wrong usage, we get event dot we do event dot get channel dot no, and then our command would just do this. Yeah, so this was an easy way instead of writing the whole thing again and again. This is just an easier way. First of all, we're gonna delete the message he just sent, which is the purge command. So first thing we do after that is we get our message and we delete the purge command because we don't want that counted as as one of the messages being purged, or else we're only getting num -1 messages to purged or deleted. And then after that's done, we can initialize a variable and name it num. And we're gonna initialize it in a try catch because there can be errors with this, and we're gonna initialize the num variable. Well, we already initialized it, but we're gonna give the num variable a value in the try catch block to just check if it's actually an integer or if they inputted something else. So we're gonna try to parse it into an integer, and if we catch a number format exception, then we're gonna have to do the tools.wrongUsage thing again. And don't forget to return after this. Now let's say int current num, and we declare a new variable. And something about JDA that is really it's a little annoying is that you can't delete or purge messages that are older than 2 weeks, and you can't delete or purge more than 100 messages at one time. So that's a really annoying thing about this. So you can't just say a purge 1000, because you can't really purge 1,000 messages at the same time. But there is a way to work around the fact that you can actually delete 1,000 messages, but all 1,000 of those messages have to be younger than 2 weeks old. And that's just a disclaimer before I continue. And now we're gonna get that, and we're gonna just check if it's equal to 0. And if it is equal to 0, then we're gonna create a list of messages that we wanna get. We're gonna create a list of messages that we wanna delete. And how we get messages from the past, or like how we can read a channel's history, is by going to the channel, and then we can get history, and we can get retrieved history, or I think there's a different way. We can retrieve past, and we can retrieve past of num. Oh, don't forget to complete that. And then after that's done, we can get the channel dot purge messages, and we put our message list in there. And then after this is done, we can return this. Actually, not yet. We can send a successfully deleted X amount of messages message. If you don't want to send like a last message like this, if you don't want to send a last message like that, you can just put 2 slashes in front of this, and it won't do this. It's just gonna comment it out. And I actually don't want that to happen, so I'm not gonna do this. Now that we've checked that the current num is equal to 0, we're gonna make another try and catch block. And inside this, we're going to make a for loop. So remember how I said you can't purge more than 100 messages at the same time? Yeah, so what we're gonna do here, we're not gonna find out like a new method, or we're not gonna tweak JDA's method for purging. We're gonna just for loop and continue purging 100 and 100 every time. So if it's like 1,000, then we get we're gonna do this for loop 10 times, and we're gonna delete 100 10 times. Let's say num was 101. Well, the first time I is just gonna be 0, so obviously I is not equal to 101. So it goes in here, and it deletes 100 messages, and then it goes back up, and it's like, okay, no, it's I is 1 this time, and what's 1? Well, we did minus 100 previously, so then now num is 1, and I is also 1. So now I equals num, and then we get only 1 message to delete, and we delete that. So that's how this works, and I'm pretty sure if you do exactly this, it's gonna work perfectly fine. Channel purge messages, and we purge message. Okay, and I'm just gonna copy and paste this. Okay. Oh no! You don't want to put this. You don't want to put this here, or else you'll get like if you put 1,000 as your number of messages to delete, you're gonna get this 10 times if you put this here. So don't put this line in this block at all. Don't put that there. And then we have put all of this in a try block. So if none of this works, we're gonna send a message saying that we came across an error because we caught an unexpected exception. And I don't know why you would get an exception from this, but we're still keeping it in a try and catch block to, just keep it safe. Sometimes, like, it's gonna throw an error in the middle of deleting, so if you put like 1,000, and let's say some of those are like older than 2 weeks, so then it's only gonna delete like 500 if the 500 are younger than 2 weeks, and then not gonna delete the next 500 because those are older than 2 weeks. Well, actually, I think the problem is not with purge. I think the problem is with retrieve pass. Yeah, this is the one that can't get more than 100 or like older than 2 weeks. I think you can purge stuff older than 2 weeks. You just can't retrieve stuff older than 2 weeks. And we're just gonna say I deleted as many as I could. And we're gonna return after that. Actually, there's no need to do that, but it's still good practice to always return after sending a message like this, an error message especially. Ooh, I almost forgot. Well, first of all, we're gonna have to check if the member has the permission to delete messages. So, member that has permission dot manage messages, message manage, there. And we're gonna do it like, we're gonna say if he doesn't have the permission, then we're just gonna send a message, but if he does have the permission, we're just gonna ignore. Channel.send message .q, and yes, it is important to return here, or else it's gonna just send a message saying you don't have the permission, and then just do the rest of the command successfully too. Anyways, event.getChannel.send message. We're gonna say you don't have the permission to use this command. Or we can say you don't have the message manage permission. Oh, yeah. You can't queue this. You have to complete this. And now that we're done with our command class, all we have to do now is go to our manager and add command, and we just do new purge command. And after that's done, we can run the bot. Let's go back to Discord after running the bot, and let's just spam that quick. That's 6 messages. Let's purge 6. And there you have the purge command. I'm not gonna purge like 100,000 messages though, obviously, because that's gonna like break your bot, or that bot's gonna be running for the next, I don't know, 2 hours. It's just gonna be deleting messages constantly if you have an active channel. And it's best to actually like do 100 and like copy this and paste this multiple times instead of just, going it in one big purge command. And that's it for today, guys. This is the purge command, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.